Today we will talk about dividing polynomials. This is Chapter 8 in your textbook, Sections 3 and 4. The essential question for this section would be, how do you use long division and synthetic division to divide one polynomial by another polynomial? Now, when you were in grade school and you were asked to divide numbers, you often had to use long division. For example, let's say you were given this as a problem. Let's say you were asked 873, and my pen's not working here. Let's see, 873, and you were asked to divide that by 14, okay? And you would use long division to do that with. You'd write it this way, and you'd say 14 goes into 873. And you'd start and you'd say 14 doesn't go into 8. 14 goes into 87 6 times. 6 times 14 is 84. We'd subtract 84 from 87, which would give us 3. We'd bring down the 3. Then you'd say 14 into 33 goes twice. 2 times 14 is 28. 33 minus 28 is 5. And that would be my remainder, and my answer would be 62 and 5/14. So this was your typical long division in elementary school. So now let's say that you're given two polynomials to divide, okay? And for our example, let's try this. Let's say we've got x squared plus 6x minus 10. So we've got x squared plus 6x minus 10. And we're taking this whole polynomial and we're dividing it by x plus 2. Okay. So we're going to start doing long division exactly the same way you did in elementary school. And we're going to say x plus 2 divided into x squared plus 6x minus 10. All right, now, initially here, we start off, and we don't look at the whole x plus 2, and we don't look at the whole x squared plus 6x minus 2. We only look at this first term. We only look at the x and the x squared. Okay? And we ask ourselves, how many times does x go into x squared? Or another way of looking at it is x squared over x is equal to what? And our answer is x. So where do I put the x? I put the x right over the x term, not the x squared term. So I put the x up here. And then I multiply by the x plus 2. So x times 2 is 2x. That's plus 2x. and x times x is x squared. Now, I subtract these two. Well, the x squared minus x squared cancels. That's 0. 6x minus 2x comes out to be 4x. And then I bring down the minus 10. And there we go. So now I ask myself, how many times does x go into 4x? Well, that's pretty obvious that the answer there is 4. Positive 4, so I put the positive 4 up here. Four times x plus 2, so 4 times 2 is 8. And again, that's positive 8. And 4 times x is 4x. Again, if I subtract these two, the 4x's cancel. We have minus 10, minus 8, or minus 18. Now, there's nothing more to bring down, so that's my remainder, okay? And I can write it as minus 18 over x plus 2. All right, so there's how you do it, long division. Well, there's another way of doing it, and that is called synthetic division. All right? Now, synthetic division only looks at the coefficients of the first polynomial, and it only looks at what the second polynomial is equal to. Now notice we had it dividing by x plus 2. So we're going to set this up a little differently now. And we're going to say, well, if x plus 2 is a factor, x plus 2 must equal 0, or therefore x must equal minus 2. All right? So that goes inside this little box here. Now I look at the coefficients of x squared plus 6x minus 10. What are my coefficients? My coefficients are 1 for the x squared, 6 for the x, and minus 10 for the constant term. All right, now how do I proceed at this point? First thing you do is bring the first coefficient down. So you just simply bring this one down. Then you multiply this coefficient times the minus 2. So 1 times minus 2 is minus 2, and you put the result here underneath the 6. Okay? So we multiply and we put the result right there. Now I add 6 and minus 2, and I get 4. I multiply the 4 times minus 2, I get minus 8. I put the minus 8 underneath the minus 10, and I add those two, and I get minus 18, which is my remainder. But what about the 1 and the 4? Well, those are simply the coefficients of my answer. Now, since I started out by dividing x squared by x, I know my result is going to have an x term. So my answer is x plus 4, those are my coefficients, the 1, the 4, minus 18 over x plus 2. So there's one example done long division and then done synthetic division. Now I would like you to divide x to the third minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 2 by x minus 2 using both long division and synthetic division, and post your answer in the drop box. Thank you.